Hey, there we are. No, it wasn't me. I was actually on 3 minutes ago, and good old YouTube was messing up because I was hitting the go live button, and go live it wasn't. It was sitting there going live, going live. I'm going, what the hell is this? And that last time was, oh yeah, can. Shit, I can't do fucking that. Can you all hear me? No, Les, it wasn't in the earthen room. That was outside the house, and that was like a dump truck of earth being dumped out. So no. But you guys can hear me tonight, right? We have no problems with the audio, right? Beckham, how are you? Well, let's find out. I think tonight could be a really kooky night because, again, it's just a few days before that tragic night. And as I've reported before in many posts, according to my records of the past 23 years, a few days or a week before the anniversary, stuff starts to tick up and get a little more crazy. Then usually on the anniversary, it just dissipates to zero. And then a few days later, it's like goes up and then it goes right back down to normal. So the issue with the sound, I got news for you. It was not the audio card, thank God. I couldn't afford to replace the laptop with a new and even bother doing that. It's just not worth it. But I have no explanations for the reasons why. The last live stream on Sunday, 3 nights ago, we lost audio halfway through. And Les, don't start with Ozzy and don't start with goddamn Hulk Hogan again, making their presence felt. Gotta get good. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. Honestly, Les, it sounded like a lot of, and it sounded like just a huge landslide. And I think the window at the side, that's right, the side window there was open. So the sound either came from between the two houses and up the hill or going down the hill. And I looked around and I saw nothing like that. So, hey, PJ, how are you? Well, that's good. Hey, Patrick. Thanks, Pat. No, honestly, between you and me and the lamppost, Friday night is getting hit over the head with the people trying to be here. I think they're almost sold out. So if you guys want to be here in person on Friday night for the actual 56th anniversary of the murders, see, people understand it says August 9th. They got back at about 11 o'clock in the evening on the 8th of August on a Friday night. The murders started around, I think they said around close to midnight. They ended literally 15 minutes later. It wasn't a long affair. And I just discussing it makes me sick to think about that. But in clinical terms, it was very, very, God, I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. It was a horrible tragedy that took place, but it happened right after midnight. So when people say August 9th, yeah, technically it was the 9th of August because it was just after midnight from the 8th into the 9th. So when people think it's like going to do the investigation on the 9th, it's like, it's just not, I mean, yes, it's accurate, but it's not really the time. Not that it matters to me, it doesn't, but when people start to nitpick, it's like, so we've got people that are going to the live stream on Friday night. I don't know about Saturday night's live stream. There's no Saturday night live stream. It was only for Friday night. It's the first time we're going to do this. We're going to access all the cameras in the house. I'm going to be able to use the camera switch. So you've seen that whole array of all the 32 cameras or the 30 cameras. I'm probably going to add 2 more cameras to do as interview cameras. But it's going to be totally unique. So we're doing this one night only. We're going to hope that it goes off without a hitch. God help me. And it should be interesting. Hey, Rhonda. Pad, how are you? Johnny, God, it has been a while since you've been watching me. Crap. Hey, MB. The loud noise made me think there was an earth slide. Pad, I'm going to be honest with you. there had to have been a causation of that sound that we all heard. I mean, that was just enormous. It was so volatile, just like all this earth just coming down a side of the mountain, and there was no reason for it. No, I agree with you, Pat. I really agree with you that way as well. Hey, Marcia. Pad, I mean, Les, I hope it's sativa. And I'll have to say, I'm a little jealous. Why? Well, the reason why I haven't been on Monday and Tuesday nights is because I've suffered a little sun poisoning. And God damn, that I haven't experienced in years. But I got waylaid with sun poisoning, and I've just been finally, able to come back to, back to normal today. And yeah, probably the middle of the afternoon. And I wanted to go on tonight since I'm not going to go on tomorrow night since I got Friday night's event. We're trying to work out all the kinks on the equipment. So, well, good for you, Les. Again, sativa. Oh, I agree. Dang. Did the neighbors hear? I asked the neighbors, they weren't even home when it happened. So they were all out to dinner. They goes, what did we? It's like, did you? So no, we weren't around that early in the evening. It's like, oh, so. Dominic, thank you very much. And for those that are watching that don't know, what Dominic is referring to is this. That's right, this. House at the end. Whoops. Sorry about that. God, I'm not good tonight. Here we go. Let's get that in the flame. There we go. House. Come on, level. I'm not too good tonight with my dexterity tonight. I can't. I'm having a little difficulty straightening my vision out. Here, damn it, stop it. You got to catch a break. Here. This is the movie that he was referring to. The link is up in the description, of course. Thanks again, Dom. I appreciate that. Wheeze, how the hell are you? You're late? That means that I'm early. You're good, Wheeze. You're good. So I have to. No. Wheeze, we haven't. I couldn't find any neighbors that were here in the neighborhood because Julius wasn't home. The next door house is vacant, and the two houses down next door to those, they were out to dinner, so they didn't hear it. And I wasn't going to go to Jeff Frankel and say, hey, Jeff, did you hear the landslide? That just doesn't work. I don't bother him with stupid shit. He doesn't like to be bothered with that. Hello, Walters. How are you? Nice to see you. I used to get bubbles from sun. Yeah, that's Marcia. That's what happened. I got a little too much. And I literally got sick as a freaking dog from it. I've never had that experience in so long, but I was completely like, not good. But who gives a shit? I'm fine now. And that's all that counts. So, hey, Rustic, how are you? Evie, nice to see you. Maurice, hi. Oh, let me catch up. Whoa. I'm not going too fast. Wow, 56 years ago. And has been out. Yeah, it has, Krista. It has. I can't watch anything about what happened to those innocent people. It always upsets me, and they did nothing to anyone to deserve that. Krista, I couldn't agree with you more. It's the ultimate. Let's be honest. I don't want to disparage anyone whose family members or friends or relatives have been killed in a murder, because there's no such thing as any justifiable homicide. And I think that theirs was, like I said, it was a horrible tragedy, and it shouldn't happen to anyone. And the fact that it did happen to them, and that the fact that the murderers got to spend time on death row for the past 54 years and not get executed for their crimes, I'm sorry. I find a whole injustice when you lay that scenario out. Oh crap. All right, guys, I forgot to mention, I'm cooking some baby back ribs because I haven't eaten in 2 days. I know it sounds stupid, but you don't have an appetite when you're feeling like you're burnt fried bacon. So I'm going to take you guys outside to take a look at the ribs, and we're going to go see if I can finish my dinner, fix my dinner, because I don't have anything in the house to eat other than my baby back. So come on, why don't you all? Oh yeah, let me show you this. This is something that's my parents had for a long time. It's called the spatula tong. And as I said, it is a spatula and a tong. See? And it works like this. Isn't that great? So we're going out to, oh crap, I'm missing it. Ghost Grimes. Hey Ghost, how are you? No, I'm not. Ghost, I can't go to any convention. If I have the anniversary of the Sharon Tate murders on Friday night, we have a live stream and a live event here in person. And then on Saturday night, we have the live in-person event. So no, I'm not going to be able to go there. I'm going to be a little bit tied up. But thanks. What did he say? He meant son of a bitch. Wait, I don't have any business cards. I'll try to do a Facebook Live and video. I'll mention you. Well, thanks, Ghost. I appreciate that very much. I'd love to go, but I just don't think I'm going to be able to manage that. So weird. We all heard it. So, I heard it, and I'm right here. So what you guys heard was about 10% of the loudness and the impact that it was here. It was crazy. But I got the bell right here, but we're going outside so I can get that thing. All right, I'll turn the freaking bell on. Wait. There we go. I still need to go outside and tend to my ribs so I don't have burnt ribs. If I was there, I know, Les, a lot of people feel that way, and I felt that way as well. Thanks, Dorothy. It should be interesting. I'm scared to death, but I'm looking forward to Friday night. Yeah. Yeah, you said it, Sue. In jail on our times. You can't argue with that. She's got a point there. Not sure I wouldn't be. Well, let's not worry about it. It's 56 years too late to discuss. Really? I didn't know that, Annie. I thought they took I'll think the next. God. You're going to have a hot night tonight is what I was going to say. And it goes ding, ding. Yeah, it's going to be a night. Yeah. Nice and big. David, I'll see you live on Friday. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate it. For the cook that does everything. Yeah, I don't have everything by any stretch. I need to purchase Friday morning. Go for it, Lisa. That's okay. What? It's not okay that she purchased the ticket on Friday morning? What are you talking about? Stop that. Even better, Annie, because a rifle expert. Oh, the worst part is the victims might not be at peace even today. That'd be horrible. Well, Dominic, some people have said to me, they're still feeling the pain. It's like, let's get this straight. When the body separates from the soul, and this happens and death takes place, the soul, where the residual pain is, meaning the pain of the nerves, of the central nervous system, is disconnected from the soul. They don't feel the pain anymore. That's why you hear people say, I'm so happy my mother's not in, who's dying of cancer is not in her pain anymore. It's no different that when somebody is, all right, it is different, God damn it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to be insulting towards you. It's not, I'm going to try to word it properly so you don't take offense. It's not that they don't, it's that the pain of their untimely demise ends upon their extraction from their soul from their body. That's what I'm trying to say. He died, John. You're talking about William Garrettson. He passed away a few years ago. He had nothing to do with it. He was a poor son of a bitch who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hey, Candace. Now, Marcia, let's get this straight. I don't give a fuck how high anybody could be. There's no drug on the planet that can make you kill somebody. I'm sorry. Not in 1969. Maybe today, but ergo 1969, it didn't exist. So the idea that they were high on drugs, I got news for you. People that are high on drugs don't go out and commit murders. Not in 1969, because angel dust didn't exist then in 1969. And that's the only narcotic agent I know that can make somebody go cool, 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 and act off the charts. So, hey, Sandy. Annie, Jay was an ex-army man. If anybody would have done that, he would have. But you got to remember, they had knives and they also had a gun. So Jay wasn't dumb to try to go attack. He tried. I'm sorry. There wasn't much he could do with Tex and the gun, and he had none. He was at a terrible disadvantage. That's why it wasn't possible. There wasn't a hatchet in the fireplace. It was a fireplace poker, Les. It's a little different. Hey, Nessie. Probably not. Annie, you got a point there, because the Manson control factor was a sociological control factor. It had nothing to do with narcotics, meaning a sociopath can get into somebody's head just by using manipulative words and manipulating them. Shit. All right, I'm out there. We're going outside. I'm being assuaged to run out to the goddamn to my barbecue. Yeah. I go out here now. I have to. Because I'm going to burn my ribs. That's why I was just like, get out there now, you idiot. You're going to have no ribs. And then you're going to be pissed. So here we are. Oh, shit. Can you guys see this? This is baby's. Oh, shit. Told you. See, they were right. This is a half rack of baby back ribs. Oh, is that good? A little cooked, but better cooked than getting some trichinosis from eating some raw pork. So turn these way down, Charlie. Yes, I blew out my fire on my tumbling bastard. You're just going to start up, are you? Oh, good. I have water for that, you little shit. Goodbye, Spetch. Goodbye, little flame. Ooh, that had to hurt. I hope it didn't, but it's gonna. All right, so as I'm saying to you, you see the ribs. Oh, you can't? Here. Look at them. Look at them ribs. Baby's ribs. Yes, I had a barbecue ribs and chicken restaurant 25 years ago with a friend of mine named Thomas Dykeman. Tommy passed away 20 years ago, but we did have a barbecue ribs and chicken restaurant called Ribs USA on Roscoe and DeSoto. And we were making barbecue baby back ribs and chicken for our customers. And we were trying to do, and you'll love this, my friend Tommy wanted to do barbecue ribs and chicken delivery in 30 minutes or less to compete with Domino's. And if we didn't get it there in 30 minutes or less, you got your food for free. I kid you not. No, and I'll tell you, we didn't have very many clients that got free because we were there within 25 minutes. So, yes, and of course, God knows. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. I love this stuff. It's like sugar honey. This is it. The original. Oh, wait. Hey. What? Look, car traffic. Oh, look at the city of LA. What a terrible view. It's all smoggy and foggy. Isn't it a nice view out here tonight? Look at this thing. Oh, yeah, guys, take a look. You can actually see it. See that? That monstrosity up there. I'm sorry, that big-ass house up there, better way to put it, that's Dr. Phil's. And yes, I mean the Dr. Phil. You know, Dr. Phil, I know who David Oman is. I'm not going to his house. I even sent him I even dropped off a copy of my book to him a couple years ago for Christmas. I think it was 2 years ago. Never heard back from him. Too bad. I guess he's not too much into the parapsychological realm as much as into the phony psychological realm. Oops, I said it. I didn't mean it, but I did. So, what do you call it? The BS psychological? You're not supposed to tell your clients gosh darn stories because you're told in confidence. That's why you are a clinical psychologist. You have rules to oblige. And observe, you don't get to go out there and tell Lindsay Lohan's story because somebody said, hey, Doc, you put Lindsay Lohan's story on the television and tell about her, you're going to get lots of views. Christ, I can't help it. So, what do we got? Still, it is. Thank you. Thank you, Pad. I want that condemned house to rebuild. Pat, I mean, unless that place is a, damn it, here, I'll put this back here. Right now, it's bad. It's really bad there at that house. I mean, how bad? They had the mudslide in there. You let me finish speaking. You let me, right. They had the mudslide and then the rains and then a couple of nights or evenings, juvenile delinquents, thank you, were on the roof smashing the crap out of the gosh darn skylights. At which point I said, hey, what the hell are you doing? And they were like, what the fuck? And they go, oh, fuck you. I said, oh yeah? I said, tell that to the cops. Once I said that, the five of them ran to the end of the gosh darn roof there, went down the staircase and ran up the street. And I'm like, five guys. And they drove off like crazy. And what was funny as hell was that my neighbor who knows the woman said, and I forgot, the family that owns the property are owners of a huge, I mean, an enormous car. What do you call it? You don't call it a car lot. No, they had consortiums. They had a Toyota dealership. They had I think they had a Nissan dealership. I think they had a Chevy dealership. They had like five different automobile brands that they had dealerships for at least. And I'm not talking like, oh, there's 10 cars, like thousands of vehicles. And they were big, one of the largest auto dealership firms in Southern California. And when she called them and said, hey, by the way, your house has got problems. There's mold in it. She goes, there's problems. There's people breaking in. She goes, I don't care. She goes, why? She goes, because anybody that goes in there is going to die. She says, what do you mean? She goes, there is black mold infestation from the top of the house all the way to the bottom. That's why we haven't gone back. So no, Les, you don't want that property. It's a dangerous nightmare, to put it bluntly. And it's going to be, I don't understand what they're doing because they haven't done anything in 2 freaking years. So go figure. Getting near Christmas. John, you're kidding me. Thanks, Brenda. You should, Les, stop it. I can always count on you, Les, to make a comment that's just like, what? I have no side dishes, Eric. I have absolutely nothing because I haven't left the fucking house since Saturday. And whatever food I had on Sunday was eaten on Sunday. And Monday I was sick. Tuesday I was sick. Today I was getting better. And I'm not getting better? All right, fuck you. I'm joking. I'm going to put the ball of light on. So basically that's what's going on. I haven't had. So the side dishes, I could make a side dishes of pinto beans, but I just don't feel like it. Hey, Rocky. Hey, Rocky, by the way, I have not been on Facebook, so I saw you guys sent a bunch of messages. I've been, delirious isn't the word. The fuck is that? Wait, I'm looking across the canyon to see what's coming down. That's nothing. I just haven't played much time on Facebook. Or Instagram. I've just been putting a few posts and that's about it. I haven't been responding to people's comments. And I saw it. I said, look, Rocky and Merlino sent me a message. It's like, Rocky left the messages and Merlino left the messages. I'm too sick today to deal with this. So I apologize. What's on my shirt? That's the movie House at the End of the Drive. I love it. Thank you. That's called the voice of approval from the spirit world that's chiming in. Now, let me set this straight for you guys. What I have set the spirits to understanding the usage of the spell, it's no, I didn't. Let me finish. It's 2 rings for yes and 1 ring for no. That way it turns the usual 1 ring for yes and 2 rings for no upside down because everybody goes, 1 ring for yes and 2 rings for no. My friend said, no, I want to do it this way. And I've been doing it that way ever since. Boy, I got news for you. It's a strange hot night. Oh yeah, put on the REM pod. It's a strange act of Oh, and it's on low volume. We're going to turn that volume up so you can hear it. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate it. I'm feeling much better. That's okay, Brenda. Come on. You're never late. Thanks, Nessie. I feel much better, honestly. Believe me, I wouldn't be doing a live stream if I was feeling the way I was. God, even if. No. All right. No, I got that. Not today. Yeah, well, 4 in the fucking morning when I woke up, I wasn't feeling exactly terrific. So come on, let's be honest. I keep on staring at this and I'm talking to the spirits that are there. Yeah, well, like I said, I came back to life, okay? Let's just be happy with the small miracles in this world. MBJ, I'll tell you the truth. I have been asked about the t-shirts. I have baseball caps with embroidery saying the house at the end of the drive on the side said it's where they died. Unfortunately, I haven't the funding to do it. I don't believe in doing the one-offs. I can't stand that. Oh, because the joke is when you order a one-off, it costs the company. That's why it costs the company a freaking fortune. Because if you do a one-off shirt and you're not doing it yourself, you got to remember you have to have the sizes: small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, 5 different sizes, and you got to buy them and you got to have them and then you got to make them. And what I did the last time was it was like, well, how many of this, how many? And to guesswork about what sizes to get most of is impossible. So inevitably, when I bought the last 100 shirts, I think I was left with like, I think there was about 20 of, I think it was like 15 smalls and 15 mediums, and everything else sold out, which is the large, extra large, and the extra large. So, all right, I need to talk in peace. Thank you. Very well done. God, you guys are really. Yeah, I was going to give you a compliment. Don't give him a compliment. Okay. Hey, Paula, how are you? Oh, Paula, I'm sorry, Paula. Yeah, the house is crazy tonight. So, like I was going to say, first of all, you can rent the movie right now online. Guys, will you stop that? Here is the links to where you can go. You can watch the movie. It goes to Cielo Drive.com. That's the book. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it. It's not easy. Oh, God. And then the book, of course, is this. The book. Yeah, I don't like that lighting. That lighting, gosh darn, messes it all up. That's the book. That's my book. What the? God, I just wonder what the hell's going on. Oh, crap. All right. I'm going to go. I am too going outside to grab my ribs before they're burnt and toasty. So I'm going to leave you guys in effect with the 3 devices. Yes, they said I am going to do that. Fine. Ball, REM pod, dead bell. This is nuts. I'm sorry. I got to ask you guys for the locals, for the regulars who have seen me show you do the live stream from here. I'm not done talking. God, don't interrupt in the middle of a sentence. How many times have you ever seen the dead bell in the past couple of months that I've had it at this spot or anywhere in the house for that matter, but specifically in this room? When have you seen either one of these 2 devices go crazy and respond to questions and answers as effectively and as efficiently as this tonight and also last Sunday? Tape in your house? I'm going to, by all means. I mean, that's why we're doing the live stream, Dominic. You should lock Scott on tape. I'd love nothing more than, let Scott stay at the house by himself. They said that was what that was had to be in regards to Scott on tape. I don't know if they're too choked up with that. He stayed in the haunted clown motel. Terrific. I have to tell him to get that crap off the way. I'm gonna go. No, I'm Kira. I'm going right to the gosh darn to the whatchamacallit. Hey, Kira, who do you know that knows Keanu Reeves? You've been very good with things. No, the Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jesus Christ, I mentioned Jennifer Love Hewitt, and they go ding ding. That I'm looking for somebody else. I really need somebody to get them to just jump and say, okay, that's it, we're doing it. And it's not me telling them. I need that person who I just mentioned to get involved, and then to go to them saying, I'm signing a letter of interest to do his show. I'd love it furthermore if we could do that. That'd be great. I'd be happy as hell. You're going to Wendy's later. Stop it. I got to go out there now. I'm being told if I don't, I'm going to have no ribs, I'm going to have no dinner, and I'm going to be an unhappy camper. So with that said, I'll be right back. I'm going this way to get my ribs off the grill before they jump into the front fried fish. Can't you see that I'm not afraid? What was that promise that you made? Why don't you tell me what she said? What was that promise that you made? I'm gonna cook you a set of ribs like nobody can do. Yes, I'm gonna eat you till the sun comes up in the sky. For you and I! While they're hot. No, I will not do that to you. I will not eat in front of you. That I cannot do. But what I will do is I will wait till after showtime and then devour my ribs. God, you guys are active tonight. No, you're not active tonight? What do you mean? I just said you're being active tonight. That's a true fact. Why would you give me one ring for that? Did you think I was full of shit or something? Well, you rang the bell one time, 1 for no, 2 for yes. Hello? Yeah, 1 for no, 2 for yes, right. If we're going to do it that way, you just said no. Oh, whatever. I'm not going to deal with it. Bye, Lise. Take care. Hold it. What was that? Keanu Reeves is friends with the Whiskey A Go-Go manager, I believe. But Les, I don't know the Whiskey Go-Go manager. I need to speak to the gentleman himself. He gets special treatment. No shit, Les. I do believe you probably are right. Well, it's more like the reason why he gets special treatment is because he's a real bona fide musician. He's not just like a poser. He really has the talent to do it. He has his own, he's the band Wild Mustangs. So yes, that's probably why he gets preferential treatment. I don't think it's because he's a superstar actor, but because he's a well-respected musician, which, to be honest with you, it takes a hell of a lot to be a well-respected, well-known superstar actor. It takes twice as much effort to be able to accomplish two things like that. So I spy with my little eyes something beginning with an S. Oh, Walters, you're too even funny. Les. Oh, Les. No Ozzy, no Hulk Hogan. We are not, and I repeat, we are not. What the hell's the name of that company again? What's the name of the goddamn guy that when everybody dies, he puts it out saying, I just got EVP confirmation they're there. It's like, oh my God. Huff Paranormal. I am not Huff Paranormal. This we do not participate in. I do not sit there and try to ring the people that have just died in the past couple of days and say, hey, can you talk to me? I need to talk to you. It's completely without respect for the spirit of the individual. Secondly, it's totally insane to make those kind of assessments and assumptions to do that when there's just been buried in the ground. It's completely without. Personally, I don't like spirit box sessions, as you all very well know. And if you didn't see, what was it, Friday night beers, I went to town with them saying I can't stand that fucking toy. I said it's a goddamn device that Mickey Mouse made, and it doesn't have any value. I'm sorry. The talking spirit box is she goes, it's a scanner. I said, yeah, it's a radio frequency scanner. So what? Do you think that when you capture and go, oh my God, they said fuck. It's like, yeah, but it took me 5 minutes to kind of decipher interpret what it was. And 3 other people said it's duck. Somebody said it's luck. And I'm going, okay, The difference is even if it is an actual spirit engaging conversation with you, it's not their voice. It's a radio transmission, and a bit of that radio transmission pulled out. In this house, as you guys have seen and most importantly heard, what gives? I've recorded disembodied voices because EVP stands for electronic voice phenomena. When here, I'm going to point to what I'm pointing to. You might as well see it. Oh, stop it. That's my elbow. When this camera, I'm going to go right up to it here. When one of my cameras like this, see this camera right here? That. When one of them is recording, thank you, spirits. I appreciate that. When one of those cameras records a voice and picks up an acoustic signature, and we're talking, and I review the footage, and I'm like, oh God, who's the woman's voice talking in the background? Or who's the man's voice? Who's that? And I'm all by myself. That, to me, is credible evidence. Because A, it's not like I'm looking for the spirits actively pursuing them. They're chiming in when they want to on their schedule without me actively pursuing them. And furthermore, the voice is not a commercial radio transmission. It's not an intercept or a bit of somebody's telephone conversation. It's not a bit of a song. It's the actual spirit's vocalization. And people go, how can you tell? I say, I'll put it to you this way. I'll play you the EVPs, and I'll play you my disembodied recorded voices, and you listen to them. And you tell me what the source is, because the televisions weren't on anywhere in the house, and nor was a radio, nor was a tape deck or anything, anything. There was nothing on. So that's why I say when we've got stuff that's hands above the rest, quality. Oh, hello, Samantha. Oh, look who's here. Sam's here. You guys want to see Sam? Here, I'm going to let you see Sam. Shut up. Here's Sam. Sam. There's Sam. What I'm saying to you is, well, you're in a good mood tonight, aren't you guys? What I'm saying to you is that's the difference between credible evidence and not credible evidence. And I am one that would rather have quality, good evidence versus suspicious, suspect, and questionable, whatever you want to call it. I can't even qualify it as evidence because, oh my God, I heard him say this. And one person says, they heard this word. The next, everybody else falls in line and agrees with them. And I'm going, how do you guys translate garble, gooby, gobby into a word? I don't get it. And I don't need the drama. I don't care about the drama. I don't care about the bullshit. I don't care about trying to make ratings. I'm just trying to get some good evidence and share it with the audience. I don't have a Patreon account. I don't make money on this. So please tell me, why do I get railed by people, you're trying to exploit the murders? It's like, gee, the Visalia Axe murder house doesn't get shit on like you shit on me, but they run an operation and a business. Good old Lizzie Borden has her old home and good old, what's it called? Oh, God. Fall River. Thank you. Fall River, Massachusetts. The Queen Mary does a brisk haunted business. And I have to say to everybody that craps on me, thank you, about the house and the hauntings, I'd like to say, excuse me. Do you think that these places don't have tragic stories behind their hauntings? You're quite mistaken. The Visalia Axe murder house is a horrible story. And it does, honestly, it's pretty close in tragedy. But all right, it's very, very similar in a lot of ways to what happened to Sharon Tate, in the sense that a group of people were murdered and slaughtered, innocent people. Most hauntings are of places where somebody died a tragic death or some bodies died a tragic death. Don't ask me why. My house, nobody died a tragic death. And I'm the first son of a bitch to make that statement. I will be the last son of a bitch to make the statement because people, oh, you. I read a comment on Friday Night Beers about the house. And this woman said, it's unbelievable. That was the room that Sharon was in, that she was doing this. And I going, what? What are you talking about, Sharon, and this house? This house wasn't here in 1969, 56 years ago. I said, this house is 23 years old. I said, do the math, lady, do the math. 56 is 33 years difference in time from me starting to build the house, or me moving in here, and her passing away. So, oh God, Sam, don't do that. So, everybody gets up my eye. Oh, why would Sharon visit? I said, Sharon's not the only spirit that visits this house. And that sounds like a cockeyed statement. Thank you for confirmation of that. But it's more like there's a lot of spirits that visit this house. And I have been saying this a long time. Had the tragedy not occurred down the street, this house would still be haunted. No, the victims wouldn't be victims, so they wouldn't be here. But the spirits of other places in the area and around wherever would still be visiting here. That's why I said this house is not, I repeat, is not really like any other location that I've ever heard of. There's nothing quite like it out there. You look at the videos, there's 308 of them on there, my God. And review my story going back to 23 years ago or 20 years ago, whatever. It's consistent. There's a thread line that's continuous and through. There's nothing in my story that has ever changed. Thank you, because that means yes. It's not my idea of bullshitting and lying about the stories here. As I said before, I'm here to share my story. That's it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. You can like it or you love it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. But the shit that gets thrown at my feet, it's like, what? Really? Yeah, okay. People want to come here and want me to have them visit. It's like, okay, if we're going to put on a visit, let's make an event out of it and a party with it. Well, party meaning there's food and drink, not alcohol, food and drinks that people can eat and be, feel the best, in a situation where they can socialize and mingle with other people of like mind. Take care, Lisa. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I got to catch up to your comments. Hey, Pegasus. Oh, Peggy. Peg says, has to be the lowest class of person living in Beverly Hills. Hey, Prowler, do me a favor. Fuck off and drop dead, you lousy piece of crap. You're dog shit, kid. You're dog shit. Pegasus shithead. Oh, well, the lowest form in your neighborhood in your fucking town is you. Lower so low that you have to go use the sidewalk and the curb to do chin-ups. Thanks, you Pat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I took care of the full troll. Yeah. He wants to keep on commenting. Oh, boo, 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 boo. Hey, I bet you're a Zach Baggins fan, aren't you? You love the Baggins, don't you? You just got to have that Bilbo Baggins boy bullshitting you around with his haunted museum. I love people that just expose themselves to the light. Kind of like a flasher that got his dick caught in a meat grinder and he got sucked in all the way through. What do you mean someone? He is. He's gone. He's out the fucking door like. You doing okay, Pad? Jesus Christ. The real world. Oh my God. I was watching a documentary about the origins of reality TV. And the first goddamn show they mentioned was MTV's The Real World, because that was the very, 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 very first most recent incarnation. It's 25 years old now, is The Real World. That was one of the first reality TV shows that set everything in motion. That is so funny. The irony never seems to miss that. I never missed that. It was Franklin Juniper III, Peggy the Troll. Peggy the Troll? Yeah. Peggy, let me find that. If there's somebody named Peggy that's giving me Pegasus, you mean Peggy. Yeah, I don't understand. These people have so little time in their lives to do anything with, but what they choose to do is spending their time on my channel, watching my show, commenting and ragging on me. It's not dense enough in their head so they can figure out what they're doing wrong, but the fact that they feel so compulsed to go rant and rave about somebody on their channel, like like, what are you going to live to be 1,000 years old and you just have time on your hands and you have nothing better to do? Go watch reruns of Wally George on fucking public television, for God's sakes, because that's where you belong. Maybe watch some reruns of Zach Bagans' show. Oh yeah. Oh God, I got to tell you guys, I talked to a friend of mine today. I think you guys might remember her, Bridget Marquardt from The Girls Next Door. Well, sometime in the next couple of weeks, she's going to come by to visit. And yes, you know, Bridget's been here before, but this time I have a real interesting twist to it. She's going to be bringing over one Holly Madison to see the house. And you know who Holly is, of course. Holly and Bridget worked on the show together. But more recently, Holly was involved with one Z Douche Baggins. And apparently, God, somebody wrote me a letter when I mentioned that to them, that she's coming here. He goes, yeah, Zach was online crying about he wants a girlfriend. He's so lonely. And my friend said, he goes, he probably wouldn't be so lonely if he wouldn't have cheated on Holly, you know. So when I talked to Bridget today, I said, so I was talking to friends, like, ironic that we're talking right now, because I just got a message from a friend of mine and she just laughed. She was like, yeah, he really fucked up. He really messed up. And it's like, so to get Holly here would be very interesting, because, well, it's only going to be for like a half an hour. They have a quick in and out. She says, we're going to be doing a bunch of videos in the next couple of weeks, but we want to stop by and do a little quick video. I said, yeah. I said, it's been a while since I've seen you. So that's going to be interesting. And I'm going to try so very hard not to sit there and not dig, but since this is the first time I'm going to make her acquaintance, I don't want to get into the whole thing about, so you dated Zach. I said, God, what's it like dating a corpse? I mean, I don't want to get into it. I don't care. I really don't. Honestly, I'm making jokes about it now because I find it humorous. I can guarantee when I make her acquaintance and say, you know, I'm not going to say a goddamn thing. I find it so amusing, though. But it'd be interesting to have her visit the house. Let me see. Peggy the troll, if you don't like David. Yeah, exactly. Oh, crap. I'm missing all these questions and comments. I'm trying to catch up, you sons of guns. Come on. Agreed. Cindy, David blocked Pegasus. I did block him. He's out. Didn't I block him? I certainly thought I did. He's still typing, and you guys can see it. I'm sorry. Hey, Chad, how are you? God. Agreed, Cindy. He lives in his mom's basement. Carrie, you're... Oh, God, you guys are so funny. We all love you, David. And trolls are such losers. LOL. That's great. Adorable. I appreciate that. Dildo Faggins. That's funny, Pad. That's an interesting way to say it about the man. Well, the man, the myth, and the legend. In his own mind. There you go. The man, the myth, and legend. ... In his own mind. They're immature. Who cares? You know, it's not worth it. The Jeff Show. Fook, the haters. Fook. The way you spelled Fook reminds me of only one thing, and you know what I think you know what I'm referring to. I'm referring to Austin Powers. Oh, yes, baby. How you doing there? Oh, Fook me. Oh, yes. And Sook me. Oh, lovely. I just watched that a couple nights ago before I got sick, and I was like, oh, my God, Fook me and Sook me. Oh, my God. Sunny, funny bitch. What? That's very funny, Jeff. I find that so funny. Yep, they removed the bone chip in the left over knee tissue. Oh, Jesus, Pad. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're recuperating fine and you're not having any pain in your knee. I mean, what do you mean, no? I meant yes. I damn serious. Stop that. So, God, thank you. You're better off making it right than not. Baggins wouldn't trust a word coming out of his mouth if it came notarized. Thanks, Brenda. I love that. Yeah, Holly's gorgeous. That's great. Hold it. Wait. Who said that? Brenda. Are you trying to make some allusion to something there, Brenda, by that comment? I'm just kind of curious if that was, Z douchebag. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate that. Did who come on to her? Zach was dating Holly for a number of years, apparently. Yeah, well, he certainly, for a loser, he certainly did very well with her as a date. I mean, as a girlfriend. Well, for a while there. Um, Gotta play it cool with Holly. Cindy, will you stop that? Are you serious? You know how many years I've known Bridget? 10? God damn, fucking 10 years I've known her. No, I treat her like a person. I don't treat anybody special. I don't. Look, if the Prince of Siam, bad joke. If the Prince of England came here or a prince of another country came here, do you think I'd put them on a pedestal? Do you? Do you know who the fuck you're talking to? You have any idea? I treat people as they deserve to be treated, with respect and kindness. I don't treat anybody better than anybody else because of their position or their title. That's just not what I concern myself with. I'm the king of Russia. It's like, oh, Vladimir Putin, nice to meet you. Well, there's somebody I wouldn't want to. Let's not go into it. But the point is I am who I am. Am I not who I am? What are you trying to say here with this tchotchke business? And I treat people, and like I said, I don't put on airs. I am who I am. And I expect them to be who they are. And if somebody wants to put on a phony facade or something or act some way differently, A, I can read it pretty quickly. And B, okay, that's their thing. I don't sit there and get up there as the thing, hey, you're being a fraud. You're being a phony. No, it's just, I just treat people like they are. So, look, I'll pull as a resource my book. And what I'm using as the book is how many different celebrities have been here? Fuck. All right, there's been 52 celebrities that I have listed in the book, all the way from Sylvester Stallone to Rob and Dan Gronkowski to the 9 Chilean coal miners to everything in between, including Lindsay Lohan. That's definitely in between. My point is that I've always been who I am when any one of those people come in. I don't go like, oh my God, it's Rob Gronkowski. It's like, nice to meet you. Because as a kid, my mom taught me, she goes, you can't put an actor, an actress, or a producer, or a director, somebody big in a movie, or that you see on TV on a pedestal. It goes, that's their way of making a living. There's no reason to put them on a pedestal and think they're better than you. They're not. As my mother used to say, God rest her soul, everyone puts their pants on the same way. I said, huh? She goes, one leg at a time. No one's different. And I took that to heart because my parents' family and my parents' friends a lot of the people were directors, producers. Look, my parents' dear friend was Edward and Mildred Lewis. You might know them as Eddie and Millie Lewis. You ever hear of the movie Spartacus from 1960? Eddie produced it. You ever hear of the movie Harold and Maude? Eddie produced it, and Millie came up with the idea for the movie and the story and made it into a movie. Freddie Freiberger, friends of my family's. Freddie actually produced I think it was like a season of Star Trek, the original Star Trek, not the Next Generation and all the other things. I mean, and I've been around, like I said, my godfather was Richard Dawson's manager agent. So, I mean, I saw Richard, at parties and stuff, and I knew Richard's kids. And my mom says, they're just people. Don't you, she used to sing, she goes, don't you dare get like that. Don't you dare get scared because they're an actor I'm going to introduce you to. And I said, why? She goes, because you can't do that. You have to act like an adult. I was like 6 years old or 7, but she goes, no, I won't allow that. I will not allow you to put them on a pedestal and make you feel subservient to them. She goes, you cannot do that. Nobody is better than you, and you are better than nobody. And with that humble introduction to life and how things are, it stuck with me for the rest of my life. And to this day, your accomplishments are very and wonderful. As an athlete, as a performer, as a musician, that's great, wonderful. What kind of a person are you outside of the realm at which you are known for? Are you a good person? Are you a nice person? Are you a considerate person? Are you a conscientious person? Do you have respect? And that's the way that I've navigated my life, through meeting celebrities and stuff. And when I worked at ABC and I got to meet, big celebrities, I was like, I remember my mom said, one leg at a time. And that was it. And everything just went right down to zero. It's like everything became equal. The equilibrium was established because I was like, oh my God, it's Robin Williams. Oh my God. So my mom said, shut it. Don't you do that. It's one leg at a time. And I was like, oh. And there are people that are celebrities that give you that. Well, I'm better than you, and the attitude. And it's like going, snobby, are you? Wonder if I can crack that snobbery shell of yours and get into your head just a little deeper than the fucking millimeter of depth you're showing me right now. And in some cases, you can't. In some cases, there's a huge barrier and a wall between you and that person you're never going to break. Not until they accept you and have the respect for you that they should off the bat. And that's why I said, I'm not worried. If they don't want to talk to me, fine. I'm not going to be offended. It's not going to hurt me in the slightest. It just is a show of lack of class, as my mother would say, that if somebody can't be polite to you, she goes, but in some cases, you always have to be aware of what preceded you interacting with them. And sometimes, as my friend David Chow used to say, it's not always about you. Meaning, sometimes you meet a celebrity and they're in a bad situation or a bad moment in their life. And here's an example. Oh, God, it's got to be about 10 years ago. I was out with my friend Mark Politi, and Mark and I were over at the Four Seasons in Beverly Hills on Doheny Drive. Yeah, Doheny, and Little Santa Monica. And it's about 1 a.m, and I'm like, all right, let's get the hell out of here. This is just boring. And it was a Saturday night, or it was a Thursday night, as I recall. It was the middle of the week. It wasn't a weekend. And we're walking out, and I turn around, and I look, and I see this very, 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 very tattooed, tall black man with blondish afro hair, short cropped. And I look, and I said, oh, my God, it's Dennis fucking Rodman. And Mark says, yeah, he's going through a terrible issue with his divorce and child payments right now. I said, no, that sucks. It's like, I'm going to go up to him and I'm going to give him one of these. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can you guys see that? She's going off. I did not touch that. I didn't touch it. So we start walking. He goes, no, I'm not. He goes, it's a bad time. Don't do it. And I'm like, the spirit said, you go and talk to him. You have nothing to lose. Be nice, be polite, and be respectful. Look at this. This is going off like nuts. And I went up to him. I said, Mr. Rodman. I said, I didn't even say Dennis. I said, Mr. Rodman, because I have no reason to call him Dennis. I don't know him from Adam. And I've always was taught, you don't go up to a stranger and say their first name just because you think you know them and they're a celebrity. That does not give you the right to behave in such an disrespectful manner. So I said, Mr. Rodman, so my name is T. I still can't believe this. I'm looking up at him. He's 6 foot freaking, he's close to 7 feet because he's wearing, boots. And I'm like, Mr. Rodman, I said, my name is Dave. I said, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is David Oman. I said, I'm a producer. I said, I want to give you my postcard for my movie that I've got here. I said, I just need it. It's a ghost story. He goes, and he said, he was so appreciative. Oh, fuck. All right. I'm sorry. I forgot. Back it up before I went and talked to him. He's dressed from head to toe in this outfit, but he's sitting there with a wicker basket in his hand like this, and in there are rolls of towels. They're like the towels in play. They're rolled up little towelettes, and he's going from table to table to table, offering people towelettes in the outside bar area at the Four Seasons. And I'm like, that's what caught my attention. I see him, and I see him going, would you like some? He goes, would you like some towels? Would you like some towels? And I'm going, what the? They said, what the fuck is Dennis Rodman doing handing out towels at gosh darn Four Seasons? What is it like? He works here. I'm cracking up. And Mark's like, no, don't talk to him. Don't talk. He's not a good time. He's going through this terrible divorce issue, and he's in court. I just heard on the news today. It's like, so then I start talking to him. He goes, well, well, how'd you like to sit down at my table with my friends and have a drink with me? And I'm like, keys to the kingdom in a sense. And what I mean by that is everybody would be intimidated, be afraid, be scared, would say, can I have your autograph? And ask him for something from him to them. I didn't ask for shit. I had respect in my mind and my heart, and my intent was just to convey This is my, and it worked, and it plays, and honestly, it has played out like that in so many different situations. When I met Damon Wayans at the comedy club after he did what is it, an unannounced appearance, and after the show, I sat there and waited. All these people were talking to him, and they all left. And I said, Mr. Wayans, I said, I have to say to you, I want to say thank you. And he goes, for what? I said, for the many years that you and your brother and your sisters and your brothers put in with Living Color, in Living Color. And I said, I just started saying, I loved it when you, and I forgot, oh God, what's his name? I forgot the other actor's name. I know I'm not reading your goddamn comments. I'm sorry. I said, when you guys did Men on Film, I said, that was, or Men on Sport, I said, that was the funniest stuff. I said, I spent time every night with my girlfriend watching that show and cracking the hell up. I said, I thought you guys were brilliant. I said, I so missed that show. And Damon looked at me and he just started going, those were the best times of my life. He was choked up, and I made a connection with him. I said, I really think that was some of the greatest television comedic work ever. I said, it parallels what Saturday Night Live did in '75. I said, you and your brother, I said, your brother's incredible. And he asked me my name. We talked for like 10, 15 minutes. And I said, thank you. Thank you so much. Can I call you Dave? He goes, yeah, call me Dave. What's your name? Dave. So that's the whole point of it. It's being sincere and honest will carry the day. When you have ulterior motives, people can read them, and people are wary of those kind of things. So remember that. Terrence Bow, you are lying. Oh, really? Am I so? Well, there's an old saying, Terrence. I think it's goodbye. Oh, I'm sorry. And you're gone, Terrence. You're the putz. If you want to call me liar, kiss my ass. Thanks, Shirley. I appreciate it. How about some tikka masala? That's classic. Very classic there, Jeff. I remember that. No, I traded her a cigarette for it outside the whiskey. Who? What do you? Les, I haven't read it. The fuck was that? Did you guys hear that? It was like a dead tone to the bell, like a kink, and it didn't ring. Kira, really? That's cool. That's cool. Honestly, people used to tell me when I was a kid that I looked like Tom Cruise, and I did. I had except I was taller than him. But then again, I don't walk around with 3-inch platform shoes and lifts. But any event, yeah, I always wanted to make his acquaintance. The word always is in the past, or used to, past tense. No thanks. No thanks. I'm not remotely interested in making his acquaintance. I'm sorry. I'm fearful of the fact that he'll probably go, you should join Scientology. And it's like, no, the fuck I shouldn't. And you should get your head out of your ass and stop trying to be a Scientologist. You know, stop giving your money, 75% of your income to the fucking church of stupidity. I'm sorry. I just don't buy that stinky mess. Wow, you guys are cockeyed today. Wow. Terrence Boy is gone. I got rid of him. I certainly the fuck thought I got rid of him. Is he still? No, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Same number 2 on that list is Mr. W, MW. Why? Because I had a very good friend of mine that was his personal assistant. So I got to hear the inside scoop about Mr. W, and not interested. No, I wouldn't care less. Wouldn't bother me. Not my interest. Marky Mike thinks he's tough. Les, I can't even get into that. Yeah, he's really built, because every day it's 5 a.m. he gets up and goes to his private gym downstairs. And my friend had to do that every fucking day. I said, well, he goes, I'm exhausted as well. He goes, I just worked out with Mark. I said, what? He goes, yeah, we get up at 5 a.m. every day to work out. I'm going, your personal assistant doesn't mean you have to go work out. And he goes, oh yeah, I did. I'm like, you crazy bastard. Les, I don't care. I don't, because there's it's a compartmentalization that I see immediately in him that scares the shit out of me. He puts things in compartments that each one is one that he puts, like having a library. He pulls out a book and he goes, okay, I'm going to play this. I'm going to use this today. I don't really, the Scientology thing is the thing that gives me the creeps the worst. I'll be honest with you, it just does. Hey, Michael, there he is. There's my dear friend, Michael Mayer. How great. I basically lived there with David for years. Trust me, when he says something's crazy, it is happening. It is. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Michael now lives in goddamn Texas. No offense. I'm not happy about it because they're not around anymore to visit. Everybody leaves. What, Sam? I'm here talking on the live podcast. What? Annie, wait, I'm trying to catch up to what Annie said. I once saw President Bush speak to the track meet in my junior 1992. It was probably 20 or 30 feet away. Merle Haggard, yeah, no, that, look, honestly, I'm not a big country music fan, but, and this is the truth, I've grown tremendously appreciative of one Willie Nelson. Let's be honest, the man speaks the goddamn truth. He's honest, he's respectful, he's kind, he's generous, he's talented. Not the kind of music I care for, but I'll be honest with you, that's not what's important in what I see in that individual. I see qualities that are valuable. That when you make a success to that point of your life, that you didn't forget about everybody the hell else. And that's something that really means something. There's celebrities and only got tongue-tied once, but it was when I met Tom Ellis. Oh my God. Yeah, Lou's right. I'm sure he's completely understanding of some people just losing it when they see him because it's like, oh my God, it's a celebrity. You know, I don't think you made a fool of yourself. Wait, I'm trying to catch up still. Chris, Kira, what did you drop off? Who's in the room with you? Surely there's nobody in the room. Oh, shit. Turning off the goddamn aquarium so you don't hear that side shit in the background. Bye, Dad. I'm sorry, guys. I unplugged the filter. Oh, boy. Can you hear that? I got to open up the window. You're going to flip your freaking wig. I just sat down. I hear the cries of the coyotes out there. This is going to be loud and crazy. Oh, they're out. Excuse me. You hear that? That's the coyotes. There's a fuck. They're close. Reggie's sitting there with his ears like this, going. That's the coyotes. We have lots of them out here now. The ghost of Might Wolf. Oh God, keep my name out of your mouth when she comes over. David, you need to get a job. Hey, ghost of shit brains and less. Go fuck yourself. Got it? Get lost, douchebag. No one gives a shit about you, and you need a life and a new hobby. Not my time. Jackass. Yeah, Les, I get a vibe of things that I just can't put my finger on, but I would not want to engage in a conversation with him. This looks smokeful. Something on that. Les, you're on caps. They're literally probably about 150 feet from the house right now. It might be 100 feet, might be 50 feet, might be down on the goddamn hill in front of the house. The ghost of Mike Wolf. Wow, that's good. It must be Zubu Juku Baggins. Zuzu. He's a legend. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, it's great and fine when you have that talent. But it's just like I said, look, for all the money he gives to Scientology, he could give it to goddamn charity and do better work with it. That's my point. That's the whole point that I keep on coming back to. It's like, I'm giving 70% of my income to the goddamn Church of Scientology. I'm going, how does that benefit anyone except the cockamamie church? And they need more money to proselytize people? Oh, okay. What? God, there's so many. Love, David. Thanks, Joel. Hold it. Was Barry Taft ever the same after? I don't know. I spoke to Barry today. He was the one who came up with the idea of Keanu Reeves. Why, you want me to call Barry? I'll call Barry. You want to have a conversation with Barry? I'll be happy to. Doesn't the postman ring twice? Very funny, Jeff. Jesus Christ. The postman always rings twice. Oh, God. The cat doesn't like it. Yeah, well, no shit. The cat's afraid of the gosh darn coyotes out. That's strange. It just went silent. Usually you'll hear a retort between a couple of different coyotes in the area, and then they'll converge onto a spot because basically one coyote's found something and it's trying to notify the others in the area to come zoom in and attack what he's found. So, yeah, you can, Kara. They're out. Dorothy, as long as you have pets and you keep them indoors, especially the cats and the dogs, and you keep an eye, for the coyotes, they'll be fine. Because up here, I literally go out the freaking front door and I look to my right, and there the hell is a coyote like 25, 30 feet down the road in the middle of the street. And I'm going, oh boy. And it's just looking at me and I'm going, and he's like, gets a little upset. And he just starts walking down the street away from me. It's like, thank God. Can y'all fire them off? No, Cindy, I don't. Yeah, I have a rifle. I would not even consider unless they were attacking my dogs, because my cats are indoor cats, but I would never do that. Hello, Leanne. How are you? They are they were very close. They could be right now down the bottom of the house because they're so goddamn quiet. You don't. Reggie, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't go out. I'm worried you're going to jump down a 60-foot balcony down to the gosh darn and attack a coyote. The problem with Reggie is he's not very, Reggie doesn't like other dogs, period. Since Fiona died a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, Jesus Christ, he just hasn't been the same. So when we go outside and I'm walking him and he goes outside with me and 25 feet away, or 25, maybe 35 feet away is a coyote, he starts growling and wanting to chase after him. Like, you do that, you're dog shit dead. Because where there's one coyote, it's when you see the other coyotes in the peripheral waiting to come down and attack. So that's why I said. I talked to a woman first appeared on People's Court. This court shows. Well, Annie, the scoop of the People's Courts and all those shows, it used to be, I don't know if it still is, but both participants get paid to be on the show for your appearance fee, and they pay the judgment because they go to the small claims courts and all the different, we used to go to all the small claims courts, including Beverly Hills Small Claims Court, because I used to, when I was working with attorneys, we used to go down there, and they would sit there and I would say, how are you? I'm looking for cases for the People's Court to position for the show. I'm like going, oh my God. So that's how those cases come about. God, my dog was staring at the TV when you coyotes were talking. Oh, wow. No, and furthermore, if you discharge a firearm in the city of LA, they have abilities apparently to be able to acoustically identify where a gunshot goes off and go to that area and track the person down. It's like a maze. So no, I don't fire my guns off. I don't believe in that. Not unless I have to, obviously. Mom has coyotes in her condo, packs up to the canyon, and dumb people feed them. Well, let's be honest. Kira, I don't really know about if you know, first of all, they're not hand feeding them. They put out some food somewhere in the wilderness. That I don't really have a problem with. Crap, I feed the goddamn ravens when they fly in and visit. And I have a big tub of water out there for them to go drink and bathe in because it's so goddamn hot. But the idea of, you know, if you put it in the area where the residents are to feed the coyotes in that location, all you're doing is bringing them in for more and more and more. If you go into the wild and drop some food off there, that I don't have a problem with. Why do you say I don't have a problem with that? Because it's not going to bring them, what, Sam? It's not going to bring them closer to your environment. It's going to keep them in their environment with a food supply that keeps them away from your environment. That's why I'm all for putting out food packs out or food drops for wild animals in wilderness areas. That's just my belief. If you're going to do it that way, but don't feed them in your own backyard, because all you're doing is you're encouraging them and culturalizing them to being and socializing them to being associating your location where humans are and food. But if it's in their environment where they live away from you, that's okay. That's not a bad thing. And the full moon is coming up, so things are active right now. Hey, Brenda. Yeah, it's also the fact that we're 2 days away from the anniversary, and the stuff in the house gets kooky, cockeyed, crazy, usually a few days before the anniversary, and then a few days after, and then it's like this. The anniversary then drops to 0, and then up again after the anniversary. So, whoa. Hey, Evie, what, Eve? Wait. Everyone, please hit the like button. Yeah, thanks, Evie. I appreciate that. And more importantly, this is the book. The link to the book is in the description. It's called Ghosts of Cielo Drive at ghostsofcielodrive.com. Get a copy. I'll sign it for you, and I'll make it personalized for you as well. It's all building going. Yeah, the building going on in Vegas. My God, that city has got so much development. The one problem I have with the idiots, the brain test of Las Vegas is, why the fuck did you need a goddamn stadium in the middle of the goddamn Las Vegas Strip? Right there. Didn't you have plenty of vacant land? What are you afraid that people are going to have to drive a little? They're going to have to take a commuter bus or a train service a little off the Strip? What the flying fuck? Do you know where the University of Las Vegas Coliseum, or as the sports arena is, the Thomas Mack Arena is? It's not in the freaking goddamn Las Vegas Strip. That's for sure. And the idea that they had to build it there, you want to know why the price of tickets at all the venues that are being built in Vegas are so god awful costly? Is because location. Somehow they've got to pay off the expense of having to have their location right on the Las Vegas Strip to make it worthwhile. And it's like, you know, had you bought some land maybe a mile or two off the fucking Strip where it's vacant and it's a huge piece of parcel of land that would be just perfect for it, you could have had less price on your tickets. But no, they had to put it right smack dab. So when you're driving down the freeway and there's the Strip to the right, you're going, holy crap, what the? And there it is, Allegiant Stadium. I'm going, oh my God, that's a crazy place to put that. Why? Why do you need it there? That Pitbull was going to, what Pitbull? What did I miss? Did you pay a teenager to make that book cover? Laughing my ass off. You have nerve. You know, Mongoloid, go fuck your ass. Got it, Lacey, Mongoloid? You're gone. You know, I guess your mother forgot to have the abortion when you were born, huh? That's kind of tragic, isn't it? You got to live and you still didn't learn shit. Well, bye-bye, ignoramus. Did your mommy design that? Hey, Mike. Hey, Mikey. Since you were the responsible party for the book cover, and it even says here, front book cover. Front book cover by Michael Mayer. So you're not, see Mongoloidio, you're insulting Mike Mayer. You know who Mike Mayer is? Maybe I should inform you who Mike Mayer is. Mike Mayer is an ex-Special Ops Army Ranger. Sniper. You go piss him off, he will take your head and put it in a tin can without any gosh darn utensils. So you're not insulting me. You're insulting a vet. And I don't mean somebody that works on pets and animals. He's a veteran. And he's a dear friend of mine. And I not only take offense to that, I find it insulting and slanderous and stupid, pathetic, and dumb. So why don't you keep your whole lie thought and find a place to bury yourself? Because we don't need you here, and you can find something better to do with what little time you have to do something other than this. Dumb bastard. David, I saw they're making a show. I heard that. It's got to be Netflix, right? You know, that's tough. Because I got news to you. I won't go to Vegas for a long time. I personally hate the gosh darn, what is it? What do they call it? The resort fee tax. So it's like, oh, your room rate is $29. Oh, but then there's a resort fee tax, which is another $29. Well, the $29 is the actual room rate at like was Circus years ago. But the idea is that's an example. Then your tax, your resort fee tax is double the amount. So you double the amount of your rental, your hotel stay per night. Yeah, I can't deal with that. I just can't. I mean, I used to go to Vegas when it was reasonable, but it's lost its flavor and its flair. It's become a nightmare. Oh, wait. The real Gloria piece of trash. He's a veteran and a garbage booker. You know something, shithead? No. Come on. Let's get this out. Come on. Let's get this sucker out of here. The real Gloria Fluga. Well, Fluga, there's a word for you. Fuck you, guy. No, this isn't for kids. Mike, if you're there, go find that prick and go pop him a little, you better piss off baby doll. Yeah, go piss somebody else off, loser. It must be Zach Baggins. I like the picture in the background. One of the lady and the flowers. Oh, that's Sharon Tate. That's a piece of art that Joey Moss, my friend, painted for me as a gift. They're a ghost. Yeah, they are. They're not only ghosts out there. Some real pieces of work out there on the video that like to comment about stuff. You want me to call Doc? All right, I'll call Barry. Cousin Eddie still lives in Vegas. Whose cousin? Are you talking about from Sam? You're talking about from the European, from Las Vegas vacation? Don't forget, Kira, you got to come by and visit the house one of these days. Well, Kim, I've been on since 7:30, so I've been on for an hour and a half, so I don't know. Thank you, Brenda. He is an incredible artist, incredible talent. Very funny, Sean. That's the first. God, I will not repeat that, but I will acknowledge that it is very commentarily funny. Yes, she was, Les. That painting is a Sharon Tate. That's Joey Moss painted that. All right, let me bring you over to that so you can see it. Welcome to the party. We're going to order some takeout. Jeff, don't even start that. I haven't eaten all in 2 freaking days. 2.5 days? 2.5 days, yeah, because I got sunstroke on Sunday night late. So the idea of we're going to have a party and takeout, I got stomach pains from the just saying that. It's so, damn it. Give me some fucking water. God. Yes, Cousin Eddie. That's what I thought, Jeff. I was going, Cousin Eddie. Oh, God. Chevy Chase. Oh, God. Well, that's good, Kira. I appreciate that. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, gas station. Can you get a close? Yeah. I'll do that in a second, Beckham. 4-hour drive for me. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The last time I went to Vegas, I went for the Shock Fest movie festival that he had up there. And I literally drove up at 7 a.m. I got there at 11. Yeah, I got there. Yeah, I was going less than 4 hours, that's for sure. I think I left at 8 and I got there at 11. So yeah, I was doing brisk speed for the 280 miles. Yeah, if you can do the arithmetic, you can figure it out. It's much faster than 70 miles an hour. But needless to say, I went to the event. And I was dead set on coming back the same fucking day. So I was there for 3 hours. And I said, this is it. I got to get home. I'm out of here. This is not for me. And I left and I drove home. So I went to Vegas, came back the same day, and didn't even get to hit the tables, which was the worst part about it. But I just have always felt you cannot gamble in Vegas for a few minutes or a few hours. You have to sit down and literally spread it across a few days, because as my father taught me when I was a kid, he says, when you're playing cards, because you have flows of winnings and losings, and it's a pattern. So he says, if you're in a low point, because it's always going to catch up. The question is, at what point it's going to catch up? I said, the streak goes, yeah, there are winning streaks and there are losing streaks. And sometimes it's a little short, but sometimes after a 3-day vacation to Vegas, he says, I always come out ahead. I'm like, going, oh, son of a bitch. So that's why I said I wasn't going to sit there and go, oh, I'm going to bet $100 and watch. I just lost. Right, I'm out of here. That's it. You cannot do that. That's not how you gamble. For people who know how to win at gambling, you don't do that crap. So no pizza. I can't have pizza. The last thing I had on Sunday evening was the gosh darn pepperoni pizza, and that was it. So no, they catered to the wishes now, not the average tourist. Yeah, it's just too much. Look, there's only a certain amount of whales across the globe, and there's other places outside of Las Vegas where there is gambling, like in what's it called, Monte Carlo, and other places. So the idea that you're going to get enough whales in the entire Las Vegas metro area to all those hotels, it's virtually impossible. So what you're really saying is there's trying to one-upsmanship against the other, and trying to get the whales, stealing whales from different properties to have them go. Yeah, I know, but it's look, I hate to admit this, but when I was a kid and I couldn't gamble, I liked Vegas better. Not because I couldn't gamble, but because there was a certain code about Vegas. You go into the casinos, you dressed. You didn't go walking in flip-flops and a tank top and sit down at the table at Caesar's Palace in the gosh darn main casino. Nowadays, I've seen worse than that. And thongs, I'm going, yeah, not my cup of tea. So, wait. Rohan's dad went to Spawn Ranch, the Ouija board, Halloween 86, and will not discuss what happened. Wait, what? Les, you said a key word there. Supposedly. I highly doubt that, but that's just me. I just don't buy into that. I'm eating a piece of turkey meatloaf. Annie, I don't want to hear what you're eating because I'm famished. I could eat a horse. No, I couldn't eat a horse. I love horses too much. I could eat a hamburger. That's for sure. I got my nips pierced in Vegas on Thanksgiving 20 years ago. Jeff, that's too much information. I can't believe I just read that out loud. And they just said, yes, you did. Shit. God, turkey meatloaf. Anything sounds good. Are you crazy? When you have no food, I got a half a rack of ribs in there that I'm going to devour. And then I'm going to be like, okay, I got a sugar rush from all that gosh darn barbecue sauce I've just eaten. I shouldn't have eaten it all because I haven't eaten anything in 3 freaking days almost. Oh, shit, it is 3 days. I last ate when I was on the show with you guys 3 days ago. That's why I say that. Yeah, that's true too. I mean, look, but I'll be honest with you. I've gone to the gosh darn San Manuel's and the Morongos once. Never again. I call it the Native Americans' revenge. And what I mean by that is, and I'm not. Let me finish speaking before you go jump down my throat like an Apache Indian, no Native American. My point is I went there and I dropped $500 in about half hour. I said, that's it. Excuse me. I've been to Vegas enough times in my life where I've never seen that kind of shit happen in a goddamn casino ever. And I said, okay, what's the color of my skin? Okay, I understand. I don't belong in a goddamn tribal fucking casino because my skin is of the pale face. I'm going to lose my ass in repayment for what they're not my ancestors, but those who've done before to the Native Americans, they're getting back at them. Oh yeah. I have to make this statement or comment. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Let me show that to him. It's yummy. God, Annie, I'm sure it is. I don't need to hear how yummy it is. And they said, no, he doesn't. Let me see. It says, tonight I'm going away, but I'm wearing a what? Damn this thing. Ready for UCLA football? Yeah, almost, James. Honestly, I've been around UCLA football for too many years, and I hate it. I mean, no, I hate this time of year, which is preseason. I hate it. I can't stand it because I have to tamper my desire to watch football until it arrives. And then it's like I have to tamp down my expectations, which is really what I'm trying to say. I have to tamper down my expectations for the season because it's the 4 months I hate the most. It's like up and down, up and down. Are you going to win? Are you going to get anywhere? Oh, you lost. Okay, this guy got injured. This guy's out of the game. Oh, shit, we lost the season. So this is why I do, but I don't. Wait, Tommy's Burgers? Yes, I know. They have the gosh darn, are legendary. Yeah, Cindy, they have the gosh darn $3.99 double chili cheeseburgers sale going on this weekend. So I'm starving, but what is King saying about your amazing book? I don't know. Richard, what do you, I have a bad feeling. Wait. You should be embarrassed. I think you're wrong there, King Dipsit. I think you should be embarrassed that you walk the earth and talk and think you have something good to say. Let me put it to you this way, monkey boy. You got zero to say, and you're a pale comparison to anything that's worthy of discussing a thought with. You should be embarrassed that you walk the streets at day and night. If I were you and I had a kid that looked like you, I'd shave my dog, and I had a dog that looked like you. Correction, if I had a dog like you, I'd shave his ass and teach him to walk backwards because you're such an embarrassment. What a putz. What? You got nothing better to do? Schultz? Yeah, hey, Jake mate. Hey, Dummkopfen, Scheisserkopf. Hey, Richard, here's some German for you. Scheisserkopf. You know what that means? Shithead. Piece of trash. He's saying whatever he wants to say, but who cares? Piss off. I like that, Joel. Thank you. Oh, King Richard. Well, with an ego that big, Richard, you are really a fucking plebe. You're a plebe. You know what a plebe is? A plebe is something from ancient Rome. That was a lower class than the slaves. That's where you come in, below the worst of those that were enslaved. That's how you are. Nothing. You're wearing makeup and a thong. Oh, Les, we don't need to hear what you're wearing. No, I got rid of him. Oh, it's Fluga Booga. It's Pooga. Why don't you find a life while you're doing something, you know? Mm-hmm. Brian Fluga, Brian Pooga. You know, the same guy keeps on coming up with new titles for himself to come in here. I love it. No, it's get this. It's the same freaking troll that played Zach Baggins. They get blocked. They come back with a new name and come back and come back and come back. I keep blocking them, and I couldn't care less. They ever showed up my doorstep, they wouldn't be happy campers. Because I get my next door neighbor and his dogs to come over and take him to and tell him to get the fuck off because she loves telling people to get off the street that are not supposed to be here. And she's got a wicked ass temper, and she knows how to pull the police and get them up here. And I've never seen anybody pull it like she does, but when she calls, they jump and get the hell up here and take care of her, and they go after the people. I've just been like, wow. She goes, yeah, I know what to do when I have people that come up here. I know the right people to get in touch with to get people removed from the area if they dare become a problem. I said, oh, thanks. I'm good. She goes, if you ever have it, call me. I'll be happy to help you. And say, that's what neighbors are for. It's good neighbor policy. And it isn't State Farm. So I just love the trolls today. God. Izzy digs in. I worked at Binion's when drinks were 25. Oh, God. It's Izzy. Oh, my God. God, downtown Binion's. My God. Ay. Oh, wow. That is crazy. Brenda's World. And Fluga is back. Wow. you have any family? No, he was a test tube baby, and they broke the test tube when he was born. No more. I already got rid of him. He's probably working on trying to get back really fast so he can get on the stream again. Yeah, the poker championship. I remember that. God, no, the reason why I did is because my father loved playing poker. He would go to Vegas and he would sit there at the poker tables for 8 hours, and I'd say, "How you doing?" He goes, I goes, "What's it?" He goes, I said, "You." He was like, "That's it." It's like, okay, he won. But that's like I said, that's the way it's done. You don't. If you want to gamble to lose money, go run in there and run out. You can't. You just can't. Yeah. All right. That's not to say you can't hit a jackpot at a slot machine and win a ton of money at a lucky draw. But if you're playing blackjack, craps, poker, roulette, I hate roulette. I'm not a fan. Or baccarat, you got to sit and put the time in, because it's like my dad said, it's an ebb and flow. It comes up and it comes down. It goes up and it goes down. And then you want to win. It doesn't happen overnight. The Jeff Show. Isn't that a crime? Help the Trolls write their book. Chapter 1, How to Go Fuck Yourself. Oh, he's there again. Zooshbag. Zoosh the douche is back. Hey, douchebag. Guess what, douchey? Guess who's coming to visit? Your ex-girlfriend. Ha ha ha. Can't wait to have a discussion about your pathetic existence. Boy. Old Man Binion. God, yeah. There's a story. Why doesn't somebody go ghost hunting at Binion's ranch? That place with the murder and intrigue of his story, my God, that's got to have some goddamn heavy energy in that place. Hey, gas station, what's going on? Right now we're talking about Binion's, which is a Las Vegas casino that's famous, but the man that owned Binion's was murdered. And it's and he had buried, I forgot how many millions of dollars in freaking silver bars he had buried in the back somewhere of his property in a gosh darn, what was it? They said it was like a tractor trailer that he buried that was loaded with all the silver and gold. Oh, God. No, he's gone. I took care of him, but it was crazy. Invite Keith. Les, get the goddamn caps lock off. Come on. You know how that looks. Not good. Please invite Keith Richards. Keith Richards. Lindsay Lohan will never, ever, ever set foot in this house ever again so long as I'm alive. That's just not happening. See, I don't like to keep trash around to let this and retrieve trash from my past that I threw out, because I feel once you take the trash out, it stays the hell out and it never comes back in. And Lindsay is somebody I don't need and never want to have to ever deal with ever again and meet and see her again in person. Keith Richards, sure. Mick and the boys come in. As Jeff McCoy says, yeah, me and Keith and Mick are just hanging out doing some stuff in London. And yeah, that'd be great. I flagged your troll. Where? Kira, where is it? Who is it? Tell me. It was a thing back then. It was a murdering girlfriend, her boyfriend, or released. You're kidding me, Kim. They released them? Oh, bad news, man. No, I already told Les. Les, stop the caps. He knows. Yeah, he did they tried to steal his millions when they killed him. That was all about. That was a good movie. Lifetime made about Binion. Yeah. It was so sad. I remember. Reg, what's the matter? Ray, what's the matter? You don't bark. What the hell was that about? Come here. I'm sorry. When that one barks, come here. When he barks, I pay suspicious attention, meaning he doesn't bark because he's part Ridgeback. Last, you want to talk about that one? Whoops. That's my boy. He's part Ridgeback. And the reason why I like Ridgebacks so much is because Ridgebacks, by nature, do not bark unless there's a threat to their territory or something is not right. And come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, Ray. Come here, boo boo. Come here, Ray. Come here. Good boy. Here's the boy. Here's the boy. Here's the boy. Here's a good boy. Here's a good boy. Oh, I forgot the other reason why the dog barks. Because he's wearing a watch. And that would be called a watchdog. And unfortunately, the watch that I'm referring to is the fact that he usually gets fed at 8 o'clock at night. So I said usually. I sometimes feed him at 9 because he eats later, but you know. Oh wow, Pat, that's crazy. Wow. He is part Ridgeback. He's not full Ridgeback. That's the thing. He's a great dog. I love him to pieces. He's going to be 13 come October. But he's for a dog that's 13. I've seen dogs that were 12 in my lifetime that couldn't do anything compared to him. What I mean by that, at his age, he still has quite the flexibility to run and jump up mountains. Jump up 3 feet high and onto the ledge of the hills here. He jumps onto the couch. He doesn't have any arthritis. He's in incredibly good shape. And just like his predecessor, Stella, my other mutt, excuse me, David's home smoker doll is rigged. Stop lying, your followers. You know something, cocksuck? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you just blow it out your ass, little funny boy? You know, David's. You got a doll? Why don't you go play with it instead of bothering the hell us? Because we're not interested in Zach Baggins or whatever name you're coming up with and a David Oman's doll. You're pathetic, Loserville. You make me laugh. I find you to be the most fucking obnoxious, stupid, pathetic, loose stool hanging off my ass that I couldn't wipe my butt fast enough to get you out of here, could I? You just keep coming back because you just have no life, looking for a way to fun, hun, and bun. Wow. Yeah, that's true, Kim. I know. It's very true. Get out, smoker doll. Dildo Baggins. I told you, it's the same guy. And I saw it. Thanks, Kira. I'm good on that. The other securities were all HAs, and they used to tease me for crotch rock. Oh, because you rode a bike. Oh, God. Well, the reason why, it's just dangerous. That's why crotch rockets are so. Look, I had my own motorcycle, and I had my own freaking accident on Dead Man's Curve and survived it. Ended up putting my left arm all the way to this. This was down here, and this elbow was out, literally sitting like this, like a bulge. I will never forget it. And the doctors went like this, pulled my arm, and they just went like, and popped it right back in. It hurt like hell at the moment, and it was sore for a couple of days afterwards, but it didn't damage it enough to make a difference. So I got no freaking. Yeah, they're back. Spirits need to attach to that troll. Yeah. Hey, yo, spirits, folks. Got a request from one of the viewers on the show to go send an emissary spirit over to this guy that's ragging on us. Send him a gift card from all of you, from us too, here at the house. Tell him to go have some explosive diarrhea if you could. And some acid reflux, so he's got it going up and down at the same time. That's a good way to teach him a lesson. I always put a smile on my face. So that's good, Evie. I like doing that. Used to keep us working girls on the part. Wow, Izzy. I'm sure Binion's house is haunted. It's just crazy. It just the things that went on there. And I heard there were other murders there as well, possibly, or other deaths. Yeah, Matt. Guy's got no life and still looking for a reason to live. I love it, and I'm the focus point today of his life endeavors. Yeah, I mean that wasn't the past couple nights. That's just lately tonight. Oh wow, Kira. Is it a full moon? Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, wow, Kim, that's crazy. Yeah, those are coyotes you hear, and they're right in the neighborhood. Oh, you're kidding me, Kim. That has to be God, it has to be the worst feeling, is knowing something about somebody's impending doom or passing. And it's not a natural passing, it's a murder or something of that nature. And there's nothing you can do. No, those aren't puppies, Evie. Those are coyotes. They're like dingoes, except they're smaller. They're another type of a wild canid breed. I crashed it. Oh, really? Oh, God damn. Shit, Pad. That's rough. I swear to God, I hope you were wearing all leather from head to toe in your riding outfit, because if you didn't, I can't imagine how you didn't suffer terrible road rash, among other things as well. Yeah, Izzy, they can hear the dogs out. I mean, the coyotes out there. Yeah, that's okay, Evie. That's okay. I'm just giving you a heads up as what those animals out there are. They're coyotes. They're smaller than wolves, but they're a little bit larger than Reggie. Oh, God, Annie, that's terrible. But I did remember hearing that, as I remember more vividly the story about how they ended up getting busted because the murder took place, and then there was construction equipment and big earth moving equipment out at his property, and that the neighbors saw this and they reported to the LVPD, and the LVPD came out and busted them. That's how they got popped. They wouldn't just wait a couple of months or a year. No, they had to go right now, right now, right now. It's like, well, gee, if you do something so stupid like that, you're only asking for somebody to pop your ass, and that's what happened. They got popped. Oh, God, Kim, that's terrible. That's okay. I'm going to get out of here, Matt. I got to eat. I'm actually fading fast. I am so hungry and not eating for close now. Sending out money for 3 nights. I got to eat. And look, I've already been on for close to an hour and 40, almost 2 hours now. Look, all right, here's where I'm going to end this show right now. For all of you out there that are interested, look in the description. There are links to to rent the movie, to buy the book, this and this. And of course, there are links to get a hold of us to be on the live stream on Friday night. That starts at 7 o'clock. The event starts at 8 o'clock, but we're starting the live stream at 7. The fuck was I thinking? The point is if you want to watch the stream from the house, it's $5 for 6 hours, and it's going to be a fun night because unlike what you're seeing here on one camera, I'm going to hook it up with all the cameras in the house. So we're going to be able to switch from one camera to the other, give you a full perspective of the house. It's going to be totally unique. It's not like this. The reason why it costs money is because why it costs $5 a pop is because it's costing us a little small fortune to get a technician out here. Who's coming out that's coming out and taking care of this setup. And we're going to try to get this all working by Friday night. So it's going to be fun. If you guys want to come here, you can come out here. You are disappointed. David Oman's papa. You're a fucking cunt. Go fuck yourself, you little disrespectful turd wad. You goddamn use my father's name. I'm going to hunt you down and find your little stinking bum, and you're going to get a little lesson in respect and integrity, because I don't stand for shit. When you mention my father and insult him, go piss in your goddamn wind and have yourself a nice, fun, golden shower, kid. You crossed the line, and I'm going to make sure that your ass is going to be tagged on this. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to report it to Facebook. Matter of fact, not Facebook, YouTube. Let's go back there and do that, shall we? Let's just do that. Click this, report. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Forever. Good. I'm going to have some fun because I know people that know how to do things when it needs to get done. And somebody that just thinks that they're so smart living on planet Mars in their mom's basement. really should be taken to a lesson camp of learning a little common sense of pissing on people, thinking they're so smart and so bright, and having no life and not realizing it. So, Mr. Doofy boy, keep it up. You just keep on getting blocked. And when you get a little notice at your gosh darn computer that you've been blocked out of YouTube, then you'll find out what the seriousness of your affairs have been. Because they'll just take your IP address, because that's how they work. They'll block it. Because you've been a pain in the butt for too long, and I'm getting tired of hearing and having to block you. Thanks, Izzy. Muchas gracias también. Les, you're out of here? Oh, Les, you're too funny. You had to get it in at the end. Huh, Les? Just had to get it in. Needs a good lesson. We just don't know who he is, but he likes to use Zach Bagans' name a lot, so he must have some goddamn love affair with Zach, except Zach doesn't know it. I appreciate it, Izzy. No, I'm going to end it in a second, but I don't know if they're jealous. They're just upset. Well, probably because they can't even measure to the extent of the credibility, the factors that I have, and they find themselves feeling like, I don't like him. I like the spirit box. I'm going to say something because I love spirit boxes. They're the greatest pieces of equipment on the planet. They're a communication device. And here's my point. I said this a long time ago. Ghost hunting is like fishing. And a lot of you don't understand what that means, because fishing nowadays isn't that big of a sport. But thanks, Brian. When it comes to fishing, you'll spend 90% of your ass in the boat waiting for something to happen. 95% of the boat. I'm talking about on the ocean, on the deep sea fishing. And then there's 5% of the time when you actually get some action on your hook. That's not saying you've caught anything. I'm saying action on the line. There's about a 2% chance of that 5% that you're actually going to catch something. So when people have designed and developed these, what are they called? Underwater fish monitors to scan for the fishes, that's basically an analogy to these spirit boxes, with only one difference. The underwater radar devices actually work. The spirit boxes don't. But the analogy is that they're trying to shorten the time period. The 90%, they're trying to reduce that to 50% because they can find and track the fish. The same thing applies with the spirit box. They're trying to cut down the time that it takes to get an interaction with a spirit, or they hope to, and they believe that. My issue is that it's a scanning device. It's scanning frequencies, picking up bits and pieces of garbled communication. It's not a communications device, as much as people like to bill it as one. And it all started with something called, thank you, the Frank's box. Go look it up. The Frank's box was the first spirit box around. And I'm not talking about Thomas Edison and his whatever box, that he tried to create, the dead phone that he created. But this is the truth. The modern day spirit box starts out with the Frank's box about 25 years ago, I think, or so. I just find them to be a waste. That's all. Thanks, PJ. It's going to be an interesting evening. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate that because it's true. Dildo bag and seats. God, very funny there, Les. God, you're on a tear. Oops. Was that a butt tear? I don't know. Big thing. Is he back again? I can't see our favorite what's again our favorite scammer. Reggie. Big. Should be interesting, Shannon. I don't make any, I have no idea how that's going to go. The pencil. No, that was okay, Kira. I like that. I like reading that. That was good. Yeah, you guys, I got to blow. I'm sorry. I'm like starting to get a little warm temperature-wise. Yeah, and I got to eat because I'm running. The old saying, starve with cold, feed a fever. That's what's happening. When you don't eat, your body goes into a bad situation. So in any event, again, grab a copy of the book. And for those who don't know, this is Sharon Tate, that's Jack Johnson, that's Rudolph Valentino. Those people are integral spirits in the house as far as I can tell. So, Yeah, they are, but it should hopefully it'll continue through Friday night as well and Saturday. So let me just say good night to you all. Thank you again for being a part of the live show, and it was a great turnout tonight. I'm really goddamn impressed. 62 people, no, 66 it says was the top. That's a good amount. But again, I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget, Friday night, if you can make it in person, great. Yes, we'll have copies of the book for sale and personal signing there, et cetera, et cetera. And again, thanks, Kim. Thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Cindy. I got to eat. Oh, God, I'm getting faint. Look, I'm going to go eat. You guys have a good night. Thank you again. And don't forget, Friday night, August 8th, the event of the Oman House. We'll be going.